Mike Warner says, I love you, Lee, but defending Halloween Ends really brings my piss to a boil. I apologize. And you know what? Mike brings up a good point, and I've kind of talked about this before, but liking a movie can bring other viewers, and I'm not picking on anybody here. It's an observation. Liking a movie can bring others' blood to a boil. Isn't that kind of interesting? Because, I mean, if I liked, say, if I disliked Ready or Not, you know, or hell, if I even liked Ready or Not, and somebody out there, and because I guarantee there's one person out there that hates Ready or Not, but would it bring their blood to a boil? I love you too, Mike. Would it bring their blood to a boil? What is it like? And I know the answer to this, but I'm just kind of thinking out loud. Like, is it the franchise itself that gets fans so heated? Or, you know what? I think I know what the answer is. I think if this would have been a one-off movie and it wasn't the last movie in this latest trilogy, then maybe the reactions wouldn't be so strong. But I don't know. There's very few movies that have this effect on people. Like, I've never been like completely upset by others' opinions on movies that I have a differing opinion on, you know? And I can give you an example too. This new Godzilla X Kong. When I came out of that movie, I had a good time with it, but I knew there were people that were going to hate it, and I saw some reviews of people that did hate it. It didn't affect me whatsoever, though, because I mean, I have my opinion, and you know, it's right here, tucked away in my pocket, and I guess that's just the way I think about any movie, you know. Even like The Last Jedi. If somebody loves The Last Jedi, it doesn't ruin my day, or I don't care. And I don't think they're stupid for liking because you know what it is about movies, guys? They affect all of us differently. And we all are wired, you know, like, do you know how amazing the human body is? And how everything that we've went through in our entire lives shapes how we react to art. Really think about that. Everything you go through in your life, everything that has happened to you, every negative thing, every positive thing, it affects how you receive art. And I think that's the beautiful thing about movies. You know, even the worst movie out there is art. And it will cause you to have a certain reaction. And I think I'm just very cognizant of that when I'm, you know, thinking about movies and how they affect people, you know. But every now and then, a Last Jedi, a Halloween Ends, and I like, help me out, guys. Are there any other movies? Those two movies, I mean, pick your Star Wars movie. Halloween Kills had a little bit of this effect, but nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Halloween Ends, right? It was quite... I mean, there were people getting, I don't want to say death threats. Let's just say there were friendships lost over Halloween Ends. There were unsubbing channels over Halloween Ends, you know? That's how crazy it got. And I find that so interesting. I just do. I can't put my finger, I can't explain it. That's just the power of movies and what they do to us, you know? I find it so interesting, so interesting. What's up, guys? You are at the middle of the video. Don't go anywhere. There's still plenty of content ahead of you, but I just wanted to break right here to say you are at Drumdums Xtra, my second channel. If you like my main channel and you're not subscribed, I would urge you to subscribe to this channel, okay? Because this is where I do a lot of my horror updates and whatnot. I moved all that stuff over to here, and it's more of a live stream type feel. I am working really hard on this channel, just as hard as I am on the other channel. You'll see at least 3 or 4 videos a week, and most of it's like horror news, topical type stuff. Got some rankings on there and whatnot. The main channel's still the main channel, but this is more for this type of content. So anyway, guys, back to the video. And subscribe, damn it. Kristen Stewart doesn't want to make any Marvel movies, but does want to make a scary horror movie. This has my attention because did any of you guys see Love Lies Bleeding? That movie it's my number 3 of the year. It is so good. It is whacked out, crazy, kind of like movies like Fargo with a little bit of a horror edge to them. Rose Glass directed it. What a freaking movie, though. But yeah, I'm trying to pull you guys up here. But you know what? I think Kristen Stewart really won me over with that movie. I think when she does indie type movies, she really shines. So let me pull this up here real quick. It's Pillsbury. I don't know what Pillsbury has to do with it, but yeah. Kristen Stewart doesn't want to make any Marvel movies, but does want to make a scary horror movie. All right, let's go on. And you know, the last act of Love Lies Bleeding, man, it gets crazy. It gets really crazy. So, if you haven't seen A24 and St. Maud director Rose Glass's new movie Love Lies Bleeding, you should definitely get out there and support it in theaters while you can. The critically acclaimed romantic thriller is one of the year's best movies so far, driven by incredible lead performances from Katie O'Brien and the always compelling Kristen Stewart. She's both of them are phenomenal in this movie. Katie O'Brien just landed a huge role in Mission Impossible 8, but that's next. But what's next for Kristen Stewart? Well, for starters, don't expect to see her in any Marvel movies anytime soon. Thank God. Stewart tells the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast, I will likely never do a Marvel movie. It sounds like a fucking nightmare, actually. That's her words. She further explains, you would have to put so much money and so much trust into one person, and it doesn't happen. And so therefore, what ends up happening is this algorithmic, weird experience where you can't feel personal at all about it. So likely not. Kristen Stewart continues in her chat with the podcast, but maybe the world changes. That's what I'm saying. She notes. However, if Greta Gerwig asked me to do a Marvel movie, then I would do it. So what does Kristen Stewart want to do next? Chatting with Variety on the red carpet just a couple of months back, she indicated that she's far more interested in horror than Marvel. I'd like to make a good scary movie, Stewart answered when asked what she'd like to do next. Like something a little more psychological, yeah, a really good horror movie. Kristen Stewart is, of course, no stranger to horror thriller genres, getting her start as a child actor in David Fincher's Panic Room. Fantastic movie, by the way. From there, she starred in 2007 horror movie The Messengers, as well as Twilight movies, Ghost Story, Personal Shopper, and 2018's Lizzie. And don't forget 2020's Underwater or David Cronenberg's Crown. So she's done a lot of freaking horror movies. Underwater was so damn surprising. And, you know, thinking of this weekend with Godzilla X Kong, and you had a creature in that movie that, you know, kind of resembled that. You know, it was more of like a creature feature, but man, I don't hear people talking about Underwater enough. I think it was a really great movie. And you know, she's done a lot of horror movies, so I would love to see her come back and do another horror movie.